We are going to start our national anthem. भारत माता की जय. Students, I told you to on your cameras, web cameras. I can't see anybody's face over here. Now what is the use? When national anthem was going on, that time you have to stand, na? Okay. So now let us start our lesson for today. Okay. So now we will start our new lesson. Yes, today is Independence Day, and this will also talks about how much development we have done after the independence. Okay. Now we are talking about the development in the field of economy, that is economic development. Okay, so in this chapter we are going to talk about the economic development after independence, how we developed our nation, and what things we have done. Okay, these are the points which we are going to study in this lesson. First, mixed economy, then 5-year plans and their success and failure, nationalization of banks, 20-point program, mill workers strike, new economic policy of 1991. Okay, so first we will discuss mixed economy. Now, after independence, our prime minister, now he start thinking which type of economy should take for the India. As I think I'm audible to everyone. Okay, yes, I will solve your queries after the lecture, when we finish the lecture. Okay, don't worry. Okay, now previously there were two kind of economy were there, that is capitalist and a socialist. Now both now capitalist economy is talks about the economy in which more all the private sectors get control over all the things, and accordingly they work, so they work for their own profit. Okay, the second is the socialist economy, in that society gives more importance. Okay, so whatever the things are there, they are equally distributed among the society. Now, if we're talking about the that is capitalist economy and socialist economy. Now, both have their extreme. Okay, in first economy, that is capitalist economy, that entrepreneur getting the hold of everything, and in the socialist economy, the equal distribution is very important. Okay, so now our prime minister has taken the middle part of it. Okay, he is not even take the capitalist economy whole, or not the socialist economy as a whole, but he took the some points or some good points of the capitalist economy and the some good point of the socialist economy. Okay, and the new economy emerged in our society, that is called mixed economy. Okay, so a term of mixed economy started is emerged in our country and started following that.
Ma'am, 1 minute. Students, please off your camera. Because if you on your camera now, so you are not audible to hear the voice. So off your camera.
Okay, now mixed economy has three sectors, that is a private sector, public sector, and a joint sector. Okay, now what is the private sector? The industries in this sector completely so private economy or the private sector is a sector where all the control is given to the industrialist, the entrepreneur. Okay, Aditya, wait. Let me finish my point. Then you ask me whatever you want to ask. Okay. Now, the second is the public sector. Now, in the public sector, what happened? Whatever the management of the industries and any other thing is been done, that is totally governed by the government. Okay. So, private sector is total importance given to the industrialist, and in public sector total importance given to the government. Now in our country there are some uh, some fields are there where we found the entrepreneur we found the management of the private and the public. Okay, means government is also doing management over there, and at the same time some role of private industries also have in this, that is called as joint sector. Okay, I hope you understood private sector, public sector, and joint sector. Okay, now some students have raised their hand. Now they can ask what they want to ask. I hope there is no doubt in what is private sector, public sector, and joint sector. Okay. Now I want one example of each, and you have to give answer in private. Okay, because if you're going to give answer in public, so everyone come to know your answer and they can copy yourself. So don't make others to copy your answer. Yes. Okay, I'll repeat this joint sector. Arshka. Okay. Now, what is joint sector? In this sector, that industry is owned by the private companies, private industrialists, and after that some management is also done by the government management. Okay, I'm repeating the everything again. Private sector. Now what happened in the private sector? There are different industrialists. Okay, now we can take the example of a bank, ICICI Bank. Okay, now ICICI Bank is a totally private bank. Okay, they have their own rules and regulations. Accordingly, they have to follow. Now, if we talk about public sector, we can take the example of the defense development. We can take the example of the road management. Okay, so total ownership of all this thing is being done by the government. And in joint sector, both come together. Okay, some industrialists start their business and they get the support of the government. That is called as a joint sector. Means they have the industrialists also have their support, their power, and the government also have their power. So they come together and they become the joint sector. You can see in the picture, this bottle is the private sector, and from the second hand they is putting the some points of the public sector, and they mixed up together and they become the joint sector. I hope all of you understood. Now there is no doubt what is private sector, what is public sector, and what is joint sector. So I want example for each sector. One example. What is a just give me example of private sector other than what I given to you. Then public sector and joint sector. ICICI Bank I given Devanshi. I want something else. First, give me the example of the private sector. Private schools, yes. Okay, then example of the public sector. Very good. Healthcare sector, very good. Very nice students. Yes, Prajakta, hospitals, okay. Okay. Okay, now joint sector. I want example for joint sector. Oil and gas, okay. Schools, yeah, some schools have both the, yes, they have some part of their management are doing other things, and some doing by the partially added school, we can say. They are come in a joint sector. Very good, beta, all of you. Now as the mixed economy has the two things. It has the role of the private sector also and the role of the public sector. So means the management is done by both the government also and the private industrialists also. So it is very important that there should be cooperation between them. If there is no cooperation between the government and the private industrialists, so mixed economic cannot run smoothly. Okay, so it is very important that we should not ignore the profit also, but we should not suppress the rights of some other people also. Okay, those who are working. Okay, so it is very important that we should not ignore the profit motive, entrepreneurship, discipline, time-bound planning. Okay, when we are talking about the mixed economy. Okay, now the next thing, as we already discussed, now what the public sector include within it, it include industries like defense, scientific research, education, roads, railways, waterways, seaport and airport development, which requires huge capital. Okay, now it requires huge capital, but the return is very slow. Now just tell me, any industrialist will work with the thing which has a return very slow? Okay, now I think it is now clear to you. Now, now where public sector is work, public sector is work with the industrialists or with the fields which requires huge capital, but the profit is very low, means it take a long run to get the profit out of that. That come under the public sector. Government took the their put their hand on in those sectors, in those fields, and try to work with it and give the facilities to the society. And the private sector start their work with those fields which gives the profit. Okay, as they start the businesses, they can start giving the profit. Okay, understood? I hope now there is no doubt in private sector, public sector, joint sector. Everything is clear to everyone. Okay. Now, if we want to work, if you want to develop something, it is very important that you should plan. Okay, right? If you do not plan anything and you start doing the thing, so it can be done. No. When there is exam, so you prepare for the exam, you plan how to prepare, how to write the answer, everything. In the same way, our prime minister also planned something. Okay, he not just put the thing, he planned how to do. So the government has made the industrial policy of 1973, which increased the spread of development. Okay, now so some plans have been made. Okay, so India had made plans. Okay, now we have 5-year plans. Okay, now all of you know about that. After every 5 years, we get a new economic plan. So, as we were under the rule of the Britishers, we were under the rule of the colonial rule. So, because of that, our country was facing the problem of poverty, unemployment, population growth, those standards of living, and low productivity of agriculture and industries, backwardness in the field of knowledge. Okay, so now what is poverty? The person who is not able to on their basic need, they come under the poverty. Okay, then now, so what happened? The government tries to get out of all these problems which were there in the society after independence. So now what happened? The Planning Commission was established in 1950. Okay, we got independence in the year 1947, and in 1950, one Planning Commission has been established. Who the chairman of that Planning Commission is our Prime Minister Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. Okay, now then he started some fundamental principles of planning. Okay, and what is that fundamental? What is the planning? That whatever the resources we have, we have to use optimally that, and after that, from that resource, we should fulfill the need of the common people, need of the people. Okay, so now not only this, when we start something, we set some goal in our minds. So our prime minister also set some goals why there is a need to do the planning of the economic development. Okay, so the first very important thing is that increase the national income. Okay, now why the thing is done? To increase the national income. Now why when there is an increase in the national income, then that time only government can help for the betterment of the nation. Okay, so the first goal, to increase the national income. Now the second goal, bring the rapid industrialization. Okay, now what is rapid industrialization? More and more growth in the industrialization. Okay, so they started focusing the rapid industrialization, which is the based on the basic industries. Okay, then next, bring about an increase in agricultural production so that the country becomes self-sufficient. Okay, uh, now if it is very important that if you want to be self-sufficient, so you should get the basic need by your own self. Okay, if you just work with the industries, and you do not work with the food, right? It is very important that we should first look at what thing we want, the basic requirement. The basic requirement is food. If there is no food, no one can survive. If no one can, if a person is not able to satisfy his or her hunger, so he is not able to work. So it is very important that we should work first for the fulfilling our basic need, that is food, clothing and shelter. So government decided that they should increase the agricultural production. So what will happen? There is a no need to import the agricultural food. So it will have to develop our country more. Okay. Now use the human resource in the country optimally. Okay. We already discussed that. Now what was the main plan, that how we India is a country which has a lot of population. Okay, it is around 1.3 million. So we have a large human resource. Okay, so we have to use this human resource. If you're not going to use all this human resource, so we cannot develop. If one person or one village is going to develop, so it is not called as a development. We can say the developed when there is a development in the each and every person of the society. So it is very important that we should make the plan which take all these human resources, get engaged with the work. When they get the employment, they are able to satisfy their need, and as they are able to satisfy their need, they will help in the development of the nation. So government make the planning as that uh, these common people also able to develop themselves, and they should use all these human resources. Okay, then next, it is very important now why this human optimal use of human resources has been done, to make a balance between the wealth. Some people after independence, there was some section of the society have a lot of money, and some section of the society were very poor. So it is very important that there should be equality in the earning of the wealth. Okay, so the next goal, to bring the equality in the earning of the people, earning of the wealth of the people. Then not only this, there should be stability of the commodity. If there is a no stability of the commodity, the price of commodity, so it can create a lot of problem. Okay, is that clear? Now let me give one example. Suppose today the price of 1 kg rice is 60 rupees. Yesterday it was 50 rupees, and it can, so what will be the thing come in the mind of the people, that if we have to hold all this thing and keep, otherwise the price is going to increase. So some section is not able to get the commodity, the things. Commodity means the things, any kind of commodity which we use to satisfy our need is called as commodity. Okay, so it is very important that prices should be what? It should be stable. If the prices of commodity is not stable, it goes on increasing every minute, every second. So it can create a lot of problem for the development. So it is very important that we should get a stable price. Now, what is the price of medicine? It goes on changing every day? No. Okay, it does not goes on changing every day. Yes, Simran, what is your doubt, beta? Just put in a chat box. What is your doubt? So I can understand. Okay, no doubt. Okay, so let me. What you not understood, Simran? Just put in a chat box. The first be first, Abita, I'm not explaining the first 5-year plan. I'm explaining the goals of plan now. When we will finish the goals of plan, that time we will discuss the 5-year plans. Okay, so you don't get confused. If yeah, in the principle of planning only, we're discussing the goals of plan. Okay, first we discuss what was the principle, and then we are discussing the goals of the plan. Okay, so once you understood the goals of the plan, so it is very easy to understand all these 5-year plans. Okay, might be there is the issue with your network, beta, because from mine it is the network is full. There is no problem with the network. Okay. Now the next, uh, bring the growth in the population under control of family planning. Okay. Now if we compare the our previous years with the present. Now, previously, a family, a couple has more than 4 to 5 child. Okay. Now, so government bring the family planning. Okay. So what it will create if the a family has 4 or 3 person in a family. Okay, means mother, father, son, daughter, or son, or only daughter. Okay, so it is a plan. So if there is a less member in the family, so they will get more benefit. Benefit in the sense they are able to satisfy their needs very easily. Okay, if there is the family size is very large, if there are 13 to 14 members in the family, it is very difficult to satisfy each and every person's needs. So standard of living is goes on decreasing as the family is large. If the family is small, so they are able to satisfy their needs. Everyone is able to satisfy their needs. So there is increase in the standard of living. So what government uh, thought that they should bring a new concept, that is the family planning. Okay, if this family is small, so they are able to make their good standard of living. Okay, not only that, the standard or to increase the standard of living, it is very important to eradicate the poverty. Okay, and how the government is going to eradicate poverty? By keeping all the poor people out of the country? No. What they will do? They decided to give more and more employment, more and more benefit to these people, those who are under the poverty line. Okay, now we have a system of 3-color ration card, right? The white, orange, and yellow. Now, with the white orange card has the uh, this come under the improvement of the power or eradication of the poverty. Okay. Now, a white color ration card uh, include the section of the society which has their income more than 1 lakh. Okay, below 1 lakh and more than 20 to 30 thousand come under the orange ration card. and those whose annual income is less than 20,000 or 30,000, they come under the below poverty line. Okay, so they get yellow ration card. Okay, so those who have this yellow ration card, they are able to get the basic material for the survival from the ration shop, that is the rice, wheat, and other things in a very lowest price. Okay, so what happened? They have to earn. They have, as they are earning less, so they have to spend less to get to satisfy their needs. Okay, those who are earning more, they are able to spend more. So there is a no need to get any plan from the government for their fulfilling the basic things. So government make this plan to eradicate the poverty from the society. Okay, now previously the kerosene was given to the on the ration, we can get the from the ration shop, but now kerosene is not provided. Okay, it is stopped. So we are getting subsidy on the LPG gas. Okay, that subsidy is also decided on the basis of the income only. Okay, though those who come higher under the higher income category, they might not get this this subsidy. Those who come under the very low category or very low section of the society, they get more subsidy. Okay, so this create a balance. This create a balance in the society. Okay, I'm audible to everyone. Teacher, my voice is breaking or I'm clear?
You're audible. You're audible. You're audible.
There is no breaking in the voice, right?
No. Your voice is clear.
Okay. Now, then development in the social services. Okay, not only this, some development also done in the social services. So, thank you everyone. So what will happen when society get developed? When society get developed? When the people of the society develop. Okay, society made out of the collection of the group of people. So when the group of a society get developed, the society will also get developed, and so there is a need to do development in the social services. Okay, not only this, the next, last but not the least goal of the government was to make economy self-sufficient. Okay, self-sufficient in the sense, what do you mean by the term self-sufficient? Self-sufficient is a term where each and every person is able to satisfy his need. Okay, when a person, a family is able to satisfy his or her need by themselves, so it is called a self-sufficient family. In the same way, yes, Imran, you are close to the meaning. And when a nation is able to satisfy the needs of the people, of the subject of its nation, so it is called a self-sufficient nation. Okay, so these are the some goals of the 5-year plans, and according to these goals, the 5-year plans have been made. Okay, so now I think all of you clear. There is a no doubt some students were raising their hand when I was explaining the goals of the plan. So I want those students just put in a chat box their queries so I can solve. If there is a no query, so I will proceed. Okay, so there is a no doubt. Okay, very good, beta. So if there is a no doubt, so I must get the answer also from you, right? So now I am going to ask you some questions and you have to answer me. Okay, if you want, you just put in a chat box so I can understand. Okay, now first point, first question, what is mixed economy? What is mixed economy? Which economy is called as mixed economy? Which economy is called as mixed economy? Yes, very good. Bhumi, Prajakta, Sadaf, very good. Sneha, beta, Sneha, just complete your answer. Okay, okay. Yes, very good. Parth, Devanshi, everyone, those who given the answer. Now let me announce the answer. So those who have doubt, they are able to solve their doubt. Now, what is mixed economy? Mixed economy is the economy where both public and private sector, okay, means capitalist and socialist, both work together, is called as mixed economy. Okay. Now, which are the kinds or which are the parts of the mixed economy? Means which sectors are included in the mixed economy? Very good, Maithili. Very good, Jasvita, Aryan, Bhumi, Smriti. Very good, Simran, Movika, Sarvesh, everyone. Very nice, beta. So there are three sectors were included. The first is the private, public, and joint sector. Okay. Now I want to know what is public sector. Which very good, Bhumi. Industries are owned and controlled by the government. Can I get example? No, not the same example which you have given while we were discussing that. I want some other example. School is already done, beta. Something else? Public transport. Very good. Okay. And road construction, government hospital, bus. Very good, beta. Very good. Very nice. Now I want answer for what is private sector. What is private sector? Yes, Upendra, just put in a chat box. Very good, Sneha. Anushka. Upendra, yes, okay, very good, very good. Very nice, very nice. Okay, so all of you, Bhumi, Chatra, everyone. Okay. So what is private sector? Private sector is a sector where the things are owned by the government. No, owned by the private industrialist. Very nice. Now, what is joint sector? Yes, I want example also. I forgot to take example from you. Private farmhouse, very nice. And yes, private builders also are making the building. HDFC Bank, very nice, beta, very nice, very good. Now the next is joint sector. Just explain the meaning of joint sector. Yes, where both can participate, private industrialists and the government. Very good. Very nice, everyone. Okay, now just can you give me the example of this? Very good, Cochin Refineries. Very nice, beta. Okay, okay, very good. Very nice, everyone. Piyush, Manjima, and others. Very good. Okay. Now just tell me, in which year industrial policy come into existence? Very good, Bhumi. 1973. Okay. Very nice. Very nice, everyone. Shweta, Shruti, Simran, everyone. Okay. Now, who was the chairman of the Planning Commission of 1950? Who was the chairman of the Planning Commission of the who is the chairman of the Planning Commission?